So we've queued up in the jungle, and I really don't care what my team is taking because I've been paired up with some of the stupidest players I've ever had to play with today. So at this point I'm just grabbing Kindred and going forward. Runes and Masteries are going to be as follows. We're starting with the Masteries. I'm going for attack speed because you want to... The way I'm going to build Kindred is around her passive, and you'll see what I mean as we go. But it's going to definitely make her a bit of a threat come late, because really for Kindred, if you don't have a stacked passive for the late game, you are pretty much just an ult bot, which is not very fun. Next up is Expose Weakness. Since Kindred is ranged, you could go for the double-edged sword, but this gives you a better return if your allies will follow up. In the event they don't follow up, then this is just a wasted point. Vampirism to stay topped off because Kindred does have a little bit of trouble, especially since Wolf has been nerfed so that he doesn't heal you as much early levels, but he does heal you more late, go figure. Then Bounty Hunter, because of the way Kindred's passive works, you're very much encouraged to kill different people. As such, you should be able to stack up your Bounty Hunter by trying to stack up her passive. So as a result, this will be superior to Oppressor. As for over here, I'm not going to have too much defensive stats, but this will still be something to make me a little bit less squishy. Over here is Tough Skin, so I take less damage early on. Runic Armor for better regeneration. Lifesteal, I guess, healing too, because we're going to struggle early, so gain more lifesteal is going to help. Insight for more flashes, that way I can flash in and try to save allies, or potentially flash to try to get kills, what have you. Legendary Guardians, that way I have more defensive stats to actually get off of this, that way I also have defensive stats at all, than just my scaling stuff. Strength of the Ages to give me raw HP so that I have some bulk to allow me to trade. As for runes, I'm using my 80 carry page. This is 8 80 reds, 1 crit red, 3 flat armor yellows, 6 scaling armor yellows, 6 scaling MR blues, 3 scaling CDR blues, and attack speed quints. So if you're wondering why it's a mishmash of everything, I probably should change out the armor to scaling stuff, because when you're jungling Kindred, you do get a few free levels to farm up, and thus your scaling helps a little bit more. Going for the cooldown here because I'm not going Warrior enchantment, I'm going Devourer. So while that is not as ideal for ranged characters, the way Kindred works, she really does need attack speed. And you'll see what I mean as we go, especially if I get a little bit lucky with some conveniently placed marks, namely the side of the river I start on. But we'll see. So I should explain how she works. Your passive allows you to mark an enemy on the field, and then occasionally camps will be marked for you to take. By taking those, you get a stack of your passive. The way the stacks works is every stack you have allows you to do 1.25% of the enemy's HP as additional physical damage on every attack you do. Now I believe that applies to your Q also, but I'm not 100% sure on that. We're going to have to see as we go. Your Q is kind of like a volley of arrows move. Kindred will flip in the air, fire 3 arrows out that will attack different targets. This allows her to clear camps pretty easily. It has a long cooldown on its own, but when used in tandem with the W, it has a 2 to 3 second cooldown, which is pretty helpful for clearing. Your W is basically telling the wolf to maul. You will mark a circle on the ground. The wolf will attack things inside of that radius, prioritizing what you're attacking, I believe. I don't know what it scales off of, but it also has the passive effect of as you move around, you gain stacks. Then once you hit 100 stacks, your next attack will heal you. In the event you're actually at full health, don't worry, the stack will not be consumed, and you'll actually use it on the next attack when you're missing health. Your E is a slow. You mark the enemy, slowing them for like 70%, and then if you can hit them 3 times, Wolf will bite them for a chunk of their maximum HP, I believe. It's very helpful for ganks because you kind of get behind the enemy, you mark them with your E, basically slowing them, and then you just start to unload. With the E burst damage as well as your passive, you can definitely assassinate some people. Then finally, your ult has been changed in this patch. It's the first Kindred game I've done with her, so you wouldn't be able to see it just yet, but the way it works is you will put this area underneath you, and nothing inside this area can die. Once the area times out, everything inside of it gets healed. And the change was it now casts under Kindred period. Before, you used to be able to drop it under allies, but not anymore. So, no premates here, none up here. Going to mark Darius right from the gate.
It knows.
Now, Kindred is an AoE clear, so grab Talisman. It's vastly superior to the Machete. You may protest saying, but Kindred's an AD carry jungler, she auto-attacks a lot. It doesn't help you early.
All things, dear wolf.
And by the time it would actually start to help you, then it will, you'll actually be able to buy it.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
What happens if you miss?
I don't know. The weft will weave a fate guide.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
How did that poem go again?
So let's see, that's Darius, that should be top, 80 carry here. So about this matchup, Twisted Fate can win it if he's good with pulling his cards to interrupt the cat ult. If not, he's a dead duck. As for bot lane, Zillion and I might be able to pick off Twitch or Zyra. Zyra's going to be the better pick because she can't stealth to safety. Darius is going to have a pretty massive advantage over Kassadin since I don't believe he does any more magic damage. So Kassadin's passive is going to be going to waste and he's going to be in for a very rough lane. Huh. 40% of your... Oh, he actually uses your passive. Huh. Figure. Now, due to the way the heal works... That's good enough, guys. Thank you. You want to move around as you clear the jungle. Now I'm waiting for Wolf to come off cooldown while still stacking. And your flips here do count towards the stacks. So you want to stay mobile. Let's get the potion ticking. I just realized I forgot about that since I had a really nice crop leash. And I'm coming over here even though I won't be able to take it reliably simply because it may get marked. It's the other one. So I'm actually going to leave that one up and make a beeline straight up there. But I made sure to auto-attack it to cash out the wolf heal. Gives me 38 flat health. It only scales with level if you're wondering.
Ashes on war.
So, I was kind of wondering if Cat was coming up here to help them take this from me. They already got it.
We are not dreams. We are the waking.
Now I want to kill this with my smite. Now I'm going for Darius.
Follow the tracks.
So right there, that gave me 1 stack of passives. Now I deal bonus damage on every attack I do, including to the jungle creeps. So I have some bad luck right now with the camps. If you look, that's going to be in prime position for Aurelion Soul to take. There's really nothing I can do to stop it, unfortunately. So I'm going to mark Zyra as my next target and make my way down bot.
An enemy has been slain.
Damn it, guys.
An
All
ally
will
has
know
been
us.
slain.
This is here. So that gave me another stack here, so now I deal 2.5% instead of just the 1 1/4. And I want to go back after this, so I'm not actually eager to move around. Red buff's going to time out before I can get up there to kill Darius once again, and I'm going to go for the Skirmisher Saber. Okay, here's everything I
Smell
want.
their fear.
In case you're wondering, I'm not eager to gank Cat because I don't have anything to lock her down with. It'd just be a TF gold card if even that, and
All
I don't know if
things
he's a reliable
linger.
TF just
Our
yet.
shadow.
So right there you can see the chicken camp has been marked.
Beauty fades. The quiet is beautiful.
An enemy has been slain.
That's why I was not afraid of you.
An enemy has been slain.
Yeah, I don't think I'm actually going to be able to get anything off Zyra just because our bot lane is so good at killing them. So that allows Kassadin to go back, and he can actually walk to lane without burning his teleport. Even though he is a little bit behind in CS. The kills should be keeping him relevant. Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough. I was thinking even if I went down to the Gromp and everything, killed the blue, it would not give me enough gold to get the Devourer just yet. But anyway, you can see the mark here has disappeared. That means that someone, it could have been Aurelion Sol, could have been really anyone, killed the big chicken, and thus the mark has disappeared.
None can hide.
Though many try.
And you can see I'm getting utterly screwed here by the marks. They're always appearing on the opposite side of where I am.
An enemy has been slain.
Those who dread us grant us the most power. Everyone.
Doesn't matter. Even if she comes in here, I can just ult.
None can hide.
I would have liked to mark her in advance, but oh well. And you can see the mark here has disappeared also.
An enemy has been slain.
Now we could do the dragon since I do deal bonus damage to it. It's just I want to go back for my Devourer. I'm going to get a longsword here just because I can, pretty much. Uh-oh. Now Kassadin is in trouble. Okay, there's no mana. But he still has a lot of AD.
Has been slain.
Tomorrow is a hope, never a promise.
But pretty much the whole randomization thing with the marked camps, that's my single biggest gripe against Kindred, because just due to RNG, you can really have a hard time stacking your passive. You may argue, well, if you're good enough at her, you can just farm champions and all that. The thing is, the champion thing still does slow you down because there is a cooldown between uses.
Fear makes the chase more fun.
Damn it, kill him! Oh my god, Kassadin. Yeah. He has no power. I gave him such a lead, he threw it away.
All still know us, though they try to forget. Soon, we will remind them.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
Peacefully, they go.
Hungry.
Yeah, I don't know why he'd go for that build against a Darius. I may not be able to help him, sadly.
There are so many ways to die.
Waiting for them to flee.
How does hunger feel?
Always there.
Enemy killing spree. Your team has destroyed a turret.
So I'm grabbing this so I can shoot more often, and I'm gonna go for Boots of Swiftness next. Blue buff is coming up
Those
right
who
now.
run from death stood still in light.
Down.
But Kassadin, there he goes. He finally gets some AP. It only took him 13 minutes with that massive lead. Problem is now Darius has the Spirit Visage, so yeah.
I smell prey.
The weft and weave of fate guides.
Words spoil the chase.
The only true death is to never live.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Aurelian Soul here. Looks like he's so busy trying to kill my camps, he's not actually doing anything proactive to stop me.
Bits of them stick in my claws.
An enemy has been slain. Allies have been slain.
I know he's not talking to me, I'm just messing with him.
Taste to your heart's content. They laugh.
An ally has been slain.
Shall we, dear wolf?
Did I make it in time to get the mark? I'm hoping I did.
Run our line.
No, I didn't. So I gotta kill him again.
How long will we be together?
Slain an enemy.
We know your dreams. We are the waking.
I like the solution. Kinda like the Zillion too now.
Follow the tracks.
An enemy has been slain.
In case you're wondering why Hurricane, it's going to follow up with her whole 3-bolt thing so that you can clear things even more quickly than before.
An enemy has been
So yeah,
slain.
really in Soul.
An enemy has been slain.
All will know us.
No match for me.
None are, dear wolf.
Yeah, we're so busy talking, he didn't notice I was standing here.
I smell their fear.
Damn him. How's he faster than me?
Wolf was sure to follow.
Marking Zyra. I'm kind of anticipating a surrender in a few seconds.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Gonna see if I can get top. But first I need to learn how to jump over a friggin' wall.
Beauty fades.
Okay.
Quiet is beautiful.
Surrender vote any second now, I suspect. So you can see the mark has appeared over Baron. That will appear once you have 6 stacks. Must not make another joke. Wrong way.
Unstoppable.
He flashed the wrong way. I'm not using this, I'm gonna ditch it.
An enemy has
But
been
yes, you can
slain.
see I'm going Death Stance.
Hurry, lad. Faster.
Minute on drag. At this point, I shouldn't need to monopolize it anymore.
What sound do they make?
Those who dread us grant us the most power.
None can.
So right there I got my mark. Kinda surprised my bolts didn't actually damage him for that. But anyway, I need to stop attacking in order to get my next target, which is going to be either Darius or
I wonder how they
Twitch.
see me.
Ashes on war.
So yes, some kill stealing, but the flip side is I'm really fed. So even my small attacks hurt a lot. You can see I deal 10% of current damage as bonus.
Is a hope. Never a
And if I want to attack, actually, you know what? They're going to surrender, so I'm going to go to the Dragon Pit real quick to try to showcase this. Never mind. So, Kindred beatdown. We'll look at the endgame stats before we make any calls, but really one-sided. And unfortunately, Darius is such an easy gank target, I was able to farm him for the early game. It would have been even worse if Kassadin had actually went for damage earlier instead of this late-game power build, because with the way the game was going, they couldn't afford to wait till late game. So S rank Kindred, Lucian, TF. Number 2 for damage behind Twisted Fate. Bravo, man. Most damage taken. Darius has their most. 4-8. He had a Hex Drinker. Yeah, so he never built any armor. I mean, this is all MR to try to survive Kassadin instead of me. Cerulean Soul is just a mess. He farmed way too little to have any sort of impact. Not sure what happened to Twitch, but I have double their gold. Yeah, this... Let's see, gold earned... I actually want to see the graph here. So, 3 of us were probably more than their entire team. In terms of turrets destroyed, I had 2, the top and the mid-inner. Lucian destroyed the inhibitor. I have next no minions because they count jungle creep as something different. But yeah, I would have liked to show you the dragon getting taken with the Kindred passive stacked up because it melts. And then factoring in the Devourer, my random crits, and everything else, it was just going to be really, really rough on pretty much everyone on the enemy team. To make things worse, Death's Dance I think gives me some protection from Darius's ult and even Katarina's. So, would have been very, very interesting. But anyway, that's it for now. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.